18 degrees above the equator, at that sweet spot where the Atlantic embraces the Caribbean, is the island of Puerto Rico. With over 300 miles of beaches, a lush tropical rainforest, a cave system millions of years old, a dry forest filled with cactus, world-class golf, surfing, scuba. The island has been called the land of 1,000 blessings. All transactions here are carried out in US dollars, and there's no sales tax. And much of the island's population is fully bilingual. Here, voltage requirements, ATM linkage, telephone and postal services are all exactly the same as in the continental United States. Puerto Rico even has its own U.S. zip code. Yet, the island's rich and vibrant culture spans over 5 full centuries. Exotic Caribbean allure coupled with 21st century convenience. And it's all right next door. Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is a symphony of voices, an exotic blend of historical influences stretching over 500 years from Europe, Africa, and the Caribbean. Discovered by Christopher Columbus on his second voyage to the Americas, the island known as Boriquén was home to the Taíno Indians, whose language brought us such words as hurricane, hammock, and barbecue. Puerto Rico inherited a rich legacy from its mother country, Spain. Today, the footprint of Spanish culture can be seen in every aspect of Puerto Rican life, from its colorful literature and arts to its tasty rice-based cuisine, its solemn religious festivals, its stately fountains, and towering military forts. Over the centuries, Spanish landowners increasingly depended on an African slave trade to harvest their massive sugar and coffee plantations. Visitors today can stroll through these historic haciendas, where the aristocratic class swayed to strains of danza, a coquettish music born in Puerto Rico, adapted from the European minuet. While the aristocratic class danced in the regal ballrooms to the strains of danza, the African slaves who served them danced bomba and plena in secret. Bomba is African. Musically, it is a call and response form, a duel between dancer and drummer to an ever-rising tide of rhythmic drum beats. Plena, like Puerto Rico itself, is a blending of cultures, including rhythms once used by the Taíno. It was first popularized over 100 years ago in Ponce, but in its earliest form was a sort of living newspaper used to disseminate news and local gossip among the slaves. This curious coupling of European and African influences can be felt in the unique slant of Puerto Rican music, literature, and art. From its early anonymous artists of the 17th century to 18th century's José Campeche, the 19th century's Francisco Oller, and today, a wave of modern grandmasters now making a name for themselves off the island. Of all Puerto Rico's exports, perhaps the most popular is salsa. First developed by Puerto Ricans and Cubans in the immigrant communities of New York, salsa is today the calling card for Puerto Rico around the world. Puerto Rico is home to the only tropical rainforest in the entire U.S. park system. El Yunque rises over 3,000 feet into the clouds in that same magic land where Ponce de Leon once sought the fountain of youth. So come, explore. Near the island's northern coast lie the magnificent Camuy Caves. Over 45 million years old, these massive underground vaults rise to heights of over 200 feet, large enough to house an entire 20-story office building. A short distance away stands the largest radio radar telescope on Earth, the Arecibo Observatory, the prototype for the Hollywood film adaptation of Carl Sagan's Contact. On the island's western coast is the Puerto del Sol region, a favored vacation spot among the locals. Here are some of the island's quaintest beaches, fishing villages, and fresh seafood restaurants, as well as a number of historic sites. The area is a sun lover's paradise, with what seems to be an endless chain of beach after beach, showcasing what the island does best: sun, sand, and surf. Puerto del Sol is the perfect place for skin diving, snorkeling, scuba, and a vast variety of other water sports. Those seeking nature and adventure will love Puerto del Sol. Oaxaca Beach offers breathtaking bluffs, a long, sweeping coastline, and a vast nature reserve with 40 well-charted hiking trails covering over 25 miles of terrain, the largest hiking trail system in the country. The surrounding karst country is well suited for rock climbing, rappelling, mountain biking, and other extreme sports. Just off the eastern coast, easily accessible by ferry or by airplane, lie the sister islands of Vieques and Culebra, often referred to as the Spanish Virgin Islands. Sugar-white sand and coconut-fringed bays evoke a Robinson Crusoe-like feel that puts civilization at a comfortable distance. Divers will tell you that Puerto Rico is at its most beautiful under the surface. A short distance from San Juan is the deepest spot in the entire Atlantic Ocean, the Puerto Rico Trench. Here is a wonderland just waiting to be explored. So plunge into a panorama of exotic underwater enchantments, a timeless world that remembers mermaids, pirates, and the secrets of sunken treasures.
San Juan was recently named one of the hottest night spots on the globe, described as the next South Beach for those in the know. Wander in the moonlight down twisting cobblestone streets until the wee hours of the morning. Pop into an art gallery. Linger all night long in an open-air cafe and sample classic French, Italian, or authentic Puerto Rican cuisine. Dance at a rock lounge, a salsa club. Every doorway beckons with adventure. Head for the strip. Lady Luck is calling your name. And who knows what's next? Because in Puerto Rico, we don't close until dawn. You're not dreaming. You're in Puerto Rico.
For golfers, Puerto Rico is a little bit of heaven on earth with 18 world-class golf courses. Designed by the most prestigious names in the sport: Robert Trent Jones Sr., Reese Jones, Greg Norman, Tom and George Fascio. Golf buffs can play a new course every day for almost 2 weeks on end and still not cover them all. With Puerto Rico's lush tropical vegetation, winding rivers, staggering cliffs and dazzling ocean views, the island offers a quizzical geography that challenges even the most seasoned pro, making it most certainly the most exciting golfing destination in the Caribbean. In Puerto Rico, there are over 300 miles of beaches, and even away from the coast, in many spots, you can smell the fresh, salty sea breeze for miles around. Here it is always summer 365 days a year. Temperatures rarely vary from the mid-80s, and skies are always sunny. Stay at a world-class resort, hotel, or small inn, and stroll along sugar-white sand dunes. Jet ski, windsurf, kiteboard, parasail, then dine under the moonlight as you listen to the waves caressing the shore. Sound like paradise? Almost. We're just a little bit closer. Oh, you're not dreaming. You're in Puerto Rico.